Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 7 of The Buzz with yours truly, Mama T. Um, so I've recently, well, I think it was maybe a year ago, I met a woman, well, not in person, obviously, because she's from Alaska and she does her own podcast. And we've got a lot of things in common, including doing a podcast, of course, and having hidden diseases. So we might bring a little bit of that up and let all of you know that we support you in whatever pain struggles or health issues you're having. You can still do what you want to do. Sometimes it's only for an hour a week, though. So let's hear it really quick from Grand Forks Best Source, and we'll bring on Christinall. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Grand Forks Best Source. They're a cutting-edge local media broadcasting studio with captivating shows, on-location event coverage, and unparalleled advertising opportunities. Grand Forks Best Source has become a haven for podcasters like me seeking to bring their visions alive. If you're a podcaster looking for studio or platform, or a local business seeking to advertise, go ahead and email Paul at local@gfbestsource.com. You can call him at 701-740-9337, or you can go to their website that's listed on your screen there, gfbestsource.com. Tell them Mama T sent you. Welcome to the show, Christina. How have you been?
I can't complain. I could, but I won't.
see, we can, and maybe we need to a little bit, just because. Okay, so I do want to get into like how you got into the whole podcast stuff and how this all started for you and what the goal of it is. But we're also going to touch a little bit on hidden diseases because I know you've got one too, and the struggle is real, man. I mean, and there's a lot of people out there that suffer in silence and think that maybe they're alone. So I think let's start off with I could probably I'm guessing the viewers could probably guess where you're from, but why don't you tell tell our viewers a little bit about where you're from and how you ended up there?
Well, technically, I'm from Germany, and I was born and raised there. My dad was military, so. But I actually am German as well and everything. I do have U.S. citizenship. Let's just put it out there because I'm not going to have all that coming at me either. So, but yeah, no, Germany, born, raised, went to school in Palmyra, Pennsylvania, in high school, graduated there, graduated culinary arts as I graduated high school as well by the time I was 16. So I was the youngest out of my class. And yeah, that was not expected. Let's just put it that way. I actually should have been kept behind. I'm going to be really honest about that. Like I should have really been kept behind because of the medical stuff. But now that I see it all, but yeah. And then I ended up, after graduation, ended up back here in Alaska first, and then had kids. Went back over to Pennsylvania. 10 years later, I came back to Alaska after that. It's just, I traveled all around the world since I was a kid. So I'm done traveling at this point. I think, Alaska is just going to be one of those, the place I can travel around the world in literally minutes. I got Hawaii here. We got China here. We got Germany here. Authentic. Not something, because we got a German school, like just in Germany. We got, the Samoans, the Polynesians, all kinds of stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I can travel, eat wherever I want to eat.
That's like the mini melting pot, like they call America the melting pot.
Yeah.
Alaska is a concentrated version of that.
Exactly. And I love it, and I love seeing, in the ghetto here, there's a place called West Berlin. It's a restaurant. And the military base is literally right next door to it. I live next door to the military base. I used to live on military bases like crazy. But my one good memory that I always had was, as a kid, was watching the um, watching and hearing the American soldiers infuse themselves in the German culture and then try to say the German words, and then they're enjoying the food and all that stuff. So I got to, I sit in the restaurant, um, and I have my little cup of coffee. I have my schnitzel there, and I just watch the soldiers and the people just and the tourists. That's my favorite thing, is all the tourists coming through Alaska, just sitting there and just watching them enjoy life. It's just amazing, and not having this crazy mindset somewhere. It's just absolutely amazing. I get to just watch it.
So
Just
it's
joy.
all very welcoming. It doesn't seem like there's much prejudice against the different ethnicities there.
No, I mean, yeah, everywhere has its little, the people that are infused, everybody has their own opinions and everything. But there is a code out here, no matter what race, religion, politics, whatever it is out here. If you're on a trail, we're all in the same boat together. We are either going to live or we're going to die.
Mhm.
So we tell each other, there's a bear over here, whatever, your dog is our dog, or whatever, my dog is your dog. We are all protecting each other. Like it goes away after kind of thing. So there's a silent code. But you meet like all these people and their stories and hearing all the stories. So like I actually do a whole I'm a tourist. you know
You are a people watcher. You like to observe people, and
Absolutely.
that's one of the things I like about you. Like, you just sit back and you can just, that game used to play with your boyfriend. You'd be sitting there in a restaurant and you guess about that couple over there. What do you think? Oh, that couple? Oh, they're on their first date. Oh, nope, it's the third date because she's done now. She's pushing this. No, she doesn't want to date him anymore.
Oh,
This is the last date. You
oh,
know?
yeah, I do that all the time. It's it's great. My friend, she's much older, and she hikes like it's no tomorrow. I'm shocked. I think she's in like her 70s now, and she surpasses me on the mountain. But she's like a little old Christian lady. I mean, straight up Christian. Like, so that mama bear that just that, yeah. So we were at the conservation center one time, and there was a couple, and now that I think about it, I think may have been a wedding or something, but it was too funny because it's the conservation center's on like the dirt roads and all that stuff. High heels don't make sense out here. I'm just being real.
Uh-huh.
Out here you can wear a dress and then snow boots or boots and no makeup. You don't have to. Like, that's the thing, and I love that. Like, so this
The
lady,
conservation center, it's kind of like a zoo, right?
yeah,
Because
but
I
yeah,
think I went there. I think when my family and I came up there, I think we did stop there. And there's like a little back patio. There's a little shop. There's you walk around on the paths and see all the animals.
yeah, and you could drive through it too, and
Yeah,
yeah, the
a
bears.
little food truck kind of thing there, and
Yeah, yep,
yeah.
that place. So yeah, they were at there, and so the lady, the guy was in his nice outfit and all that stuff on a dirt road, and the girl, she was dressed up and like on the with the heels and everything, and we looked at each other and we were like, "What the? Are you kidding?" But then we were like, "Wait, there's got to be a first date. It's got to be something because this makes no sense, and they're not from here." So you can tell who's from here and who's not from here. It's great. Like, so I absolutely love it, and that's like I get out of my house just for that stuff. But even in Whittier, they had there was a couple. I have a picture of it too. I try not to do faces because that's I like the privacy.
Mhm.
I do take care of that, but the heels again. I mean, they weren't dressed up, but she was. just looking out on the ocean. I was like, well, go for it, but you don't need it. Like, how are you gonna run from a bear in your heels? I'm just being real. That's bear country, like in Whittier. So we were at the end of the road. No, like, you're not gonna get us killed, and you have to be ready
Well,
at all times.
no, that's who you want to go for a walk in the woods with because
The
you can get away. I'm
first
going to fall down and you can get away. That's who you want to be in the woods with.
You're not right. Like, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that would be me. But of course, I'd be the one. All right, okay, I got you. Don't worry. I'll go. Just zigzag through this thing. I'll stay behind.
17, 17.
Yep. And the photographers, those are the best. I have my gear and everything like that, but like the photographers, no disrespect or anything, but they've got like the big lenses and me, I'm just like, oh, let me get this little head. I'm like, hey, TikTok, y'all. Like, and I'm getting closer to the bear and they're like, well, what the hell are you doing? You could get us. I won't do that for people, but I'll do that on my own. I was in my Crocs and a pair of pajamas just real quick. I was like, God, I can't do this. I cannot go to sleep without going out. And I took a drive right down the street and I said, you got to give me something like on the highway. He gave me a black bear right there on the side of the highway. I was like, thank you. And got my picture and left, and found the cave and all that stuff. So now I know where to go. Like, and it's just, so you don't know what you're going to encounter. Today I encountered 2 moose, mom and a baby right down the street, going to Walmart.
I had a picture. Hi, Ricky. So I took this trip to Alaska. It was me and my sisters and my oldest daughter and her boyfriend and a few other people, and we stayed some what is I can't remember. We stayed at one of those rental home things, right? And we're sitting there, and we step out onto the patio when we first get there, and we're drinking our coffee or whatever. We look out, and there's a moose in the backyard.
Yep.
And my sister, she gets down up off the, she quietly goes all the way over there, and she's talking to him, and we're really supposed to we're taking her pictures and stuff, and this is a big, and she had a nickname for him and everything. I can't remember what she called it. Yeah. If she was watching right now, it would pop up just like that. Tell me what the name of the moose was.
Oh yeah, I used to be when I first got up here the first time. I had no clue what they were, but they were at my house 24/7, and and I was so scared of them in the beginning, and then like we had a place out here that I used to work at, and they tore it down, but the joke that the guys in the restaurant was about the moose, like newcomers and the moose and everything. So there was a big bull moose that was in the back, and they were like, "Hey, you really want to see a moose, don't you?" Yeah, why? Like, and the cooks and I was like, okay, why? And they were like, well, why don't you go take out the trash? Okay, so I walked out to do the trash, and it's about the same time of year, and so I go take out the trash, big thing, and then I went to go around to do the trash again, kind of fix the trash. I bumped into that stupid thing. And I was like, oh, okay, we're good. They were out there rolling. I said, all right, I'm cool. Nowadays, I'm like, listen, I need to get my coffee. I have my 6 in the morning coffee. I watch every animal like out here. I know my eagles. I know my moose. I used to have them at work over here at the extended care. There's Point Warren's off. There's a moose who he always has a girlfriend and always has a kid. He sticks around. He and I, we're chill, like, and people like he'll just walk and have his little thing, and I'm having my morning coffee at the car. Well, I was like, all right, well, cool, we'll
wait, I got a question. There's a 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I thought that only came at nighttime. Weird. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, we got regular time here.
No. I mean, like it exists everywhere. Like that's usually what time I go to bed.
Oh, 6 o'clock in the morning.
So that's, to me, that's bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
No, Alaska is a beautiful country too, and I would love, the way you talk about it, like your love for Alaska. I love it too. I just let's just put it this way: my first husband wanted me to move to Alaska. Oh, yeah, there it is, Mama O's. So when I was on my trip, we stopped here, and my boyfriend at the time, little Bobby, the reason I started this podcast, used to call me Thunderbuns. And he was really a butt man. So when I saw that, I had to take a picture of it and send it to him because, best butt in town, of course.
Mama O's. Yeah. I first started with her, the original Mama O's. Now you come up here. Yes. Restaurant's still cool, but there's a new owner to it. But the original, I think she retired not too long ago. I think it was during COVID. But yeah, that was, I used to get the halibut, the fried halibut. Huh?
You went there just for the halibut?
Yep. Every time. Oh man. Yeah, no, Alaska is a very, very healing place. I've healed so much this time around because back in the day, the first time around, I was on drugs, mental health, the alcohol, all of that. And so I didn't get to enjoy the treasure that this state actually has, the way it is. I mean, yeah, I went to a Kootenai just for a second, but it's a different experience. I know it's part of the United States of America, but it's so pure, and it's so different going from here to the different states and traveling into different, you cannot take whatever down there, they call it the lower 48, and bring it up here. And you just have to, you either love it or you don't.
And that's the thing. I do love it up there, but my first husband, he wanted me to move to Alaska. He wanted to move us up to Alaska. And I was like, okay, why the heck would I want to move all the way to Alaska to freeze my butt off when I can just as well do it here? And there was curse words involved in that, but yeah.
It's here.
Yeah. I have a problem with the cold. It hurts. It is very painful. And I'm not just talking about the 30 below zero that punches everybody in the throat. I'm talking about every time the weather changes, every time the season changes, my body just gives up. It quits. And that's, part of those diseases. And well, when we are going to go to a commercial here in a second, but we've got a little video clip of you that we shared on Facebook. I saw it and I was like, well, this is going to be my guest next week. Hey, check her out, and send people over there. But we're going to play one of your quick video of that, and then we'll get into how you got started after, you're a photographer. Apparently you went to a culinary arts school, but you do podcasts too. So I want to get into that.
I'm also in college too. So
you're in college for what?
Bachelor's in psychology with a what is it called, the minors in nutrition, and I'm also doing bachelor's of journalism and communication with a minors in art. And I already, in between all that, I got my my degree in child behavioral health. So while I was getting 8 surgeries and all that stuff,
you're a busy lady. Well, we are going to check out an inspiration. First, we're going to check out some commercials, and then we'll see an inspirational message from you, and we'll get into how you got into the podcast thing.
All right.
Stay tuned.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source. the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
What's up, Red Lake Nation Radio? This is your host, DJ Soko. Come join me if you're Ace or Danelle from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Soko Saturday, where I have a new segment, Soko's Metal Madness Hour from 7 to 8 p.m., bringing the North all the new and classic metal to the masses. The first 3 hours will be the old school hits, the rock and roll classics, and all other genres of music. Even country. So come take a cruise with me, DJ Soko, bringing the fire right here on 105.3 WRLN, Red Lake Nation Radio. Yeah.
Pioneer 90.1 is a radio station like none other. Local people get to host their own shows, sharing music not heard on other stations. We partner with area nonprofits to present community events like Riverfest. As a non-commercial service, we rely on listeners like you to help us grow this one-of-a-kind radio station, made just for our community. Thank you for your donation.
Hey everybody. Season 2 of Adulting with Jake is underway, but while you wait, you can always relive Adulting 101 Season 1 and every excruciating detail and every terrible pun, lame joke, and frankly, every poorly acted scene. Out now on our channel, CookingWithJakeShow.com.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
Well, I've been literally doing voiceover all my life. When I was 10 years old, I did the morning and afternoon announcements at my local high school. Good morning, 7th students. Today is Saturday, October 17th, 2024. Please stand for the playing of O Canada. Oh, Canada. And then we had to do this is the morning announcements. And teachers would give me these handwritten things to read. And boy, reading cursive script was a skill back then. And I always wanted to do that. I wanted to do something with my voice. And I mentioned this in a previous podcast, but one of the reasons why is because I can't stand listening to other people. It just, when they're doing, I'm like, no, let me do it. I sound better. I was being a bit of a pretentious jerk, to be honest.
Right.
And so I wanted to become a journalist. I thought, okay, that's the only thing I can do with the voice. Just sit on NBC National News and read the news to people. And
oh, where'd she go? Oh, there she is.
Right here.
I was hoping he was going to play that one because there's another one too where it was just you and you were just chatting and giving an inspirational message. But this one right here, see, I did want to highlight your show because normally my show on the Little Bobby Buzz, what we're doing here is we're trying to support musicians and the arts. And, you know, I interview musicians and DJs and promoters and, you know, anybody who's in the arts. And that, you know, that's where you fit in here because you not only are you a wonderful and inspiring human being, and you through everything you're going through, you're still able to find something in yourself to be able to go out and do everything you want to do and inspire others to do so. And Bobby's legacies were to support musicians and the live music, and to bring the kids into the whole music industry or broadcasting or you know, stuff like that. He had his own radio show too, so that's why I decided, you know, we include DJs and podcasters and stuff like that, just because it's all part of the arts. It's all part of broadcasting. And you got a great story, like we were talking about before the break. So how did you get started with the oil runners? How did
Oil
that?
runners. We Ooh, gosh, that was all God, because I am not somebody who really talks. like you said earlier, I observe. I'll be behind the scenes. I'll figure it out from behind the scenes. And I was never a big talker or anything because I was, abused and narcissist, like all kinds of good stuff. So I was always told my voice doesn't matter. And that is like a big thing for me. I'd rather somebody else's voice matter and I'd help them grow and to be the person that they were created to be, even though it hurt me. Like I didn't want any credit, I don't want no credit,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also hurting me because I was giving out advice that I should have been taken too, So now I'm just kind of like, oh, I need to fill my cup up first.
Yep.
And then and then let the people on the, take the saucer, like this, the overflow off the saucer. But oil runners is for people that have a voice, everybody's voice matters. And that's what it is. Your voice matters around the world. You never know whose story or gift that they have. It's all, about their stories and their gifts and everything. Somebody might be, trying to unalive themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the people in their own city or town may not be the ones to help, but they may see something on YouTube or wherever. Nowadays, we're in that age of TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. Somebody out in New Zealand could be the one that gave that story to lay it into, to help them you just become the best, just get out of it, kind of thing. So it's not just about that. It's just more, and your gift. Like I have actors, I have podcasters, all kinds of gifts. You never know, And to me, even the homeless have a gift.
Yep.
They have a voice. Like, and so just trying to figure out where, who, what, when. I just been going through all the surgery, so my energy levels are like, I want to do more and it feels like I'm inconsistent, but at this point in time I had to take a break for a second. I'm always open, if somebody wants to email me or whatever and saying, hey, can we do this? And sometimes I'll be like, look, can we do this in a month? Give me some time to get some energy back. That's a lot. It takes a lot of energy to just even get up out of bed sometimes, so it's I'm still navigating through this new body and new mental thing. And I want to be there. But that's originally, oil runners. That's what it's about. And that's how it's.
Why did you start it? What made you think, you know what? I need to do a podcast. This is what made you pick a podcast?
That was not my idea. Trust me. Like I said, I am not like, I had no clue about anything on this journalism or nothing, like kind of stuff. I had a very big interest like in that stuff. I'm very intrigued, but it was like a gift that I never knew I had to do that. So like I literally had to fix that. And I literally heard that in the spirit. I got up and God was like, I need you to start speaking and put the do a broadcast. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Like I said, I don't even speak in church. What makes you think that I'm going to speak to the people? Like, right. Like I was like, okay, right. So we'll figure this out, but that's literally, and then he started showing me. But even in 2020, that was after he told me about that. After he told me in 2020, I was at work and oil runners services. It's a whole big thing, but the broadcast is part of the services. And so I wrote it down, and I still have the piece of paper that I wrote in work, and it was talking about the situations and stuff like that, and talking about if the people aren't with it, that's on them, but if they're with it, they're going to eat. You know what I mean? So because it's all connected, say like you're connected to me. If you needed help, we got, you know what I mean? I got the connections that could, like you got all that, like we're one big family. Like we go into a big old famine, we can call each other up and be like, hey, so we need help in this situation, not just money wise or whatever, but our gifts are helping. They're natural gifts, whatever it is, we have what we need. So, because we're all needing to be connected around the world. There's a lot of things that's going to happen and we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to go with it, and we're all family.
It's funny. It reminds me of a conversation I was having with my family. We had a family reunion, and we were talking about what if there was an apocalypse or something. Say the zombies came, or the aliens came, or there was an apocalypse of some sort.
Right.
Our family is all over the United States, and we all have different gifts. We've got nurses, we've got a phlebotomist, we've got gardeners, we've got farmers, we've got hunters, we would be able to survive off the land. And
Exactly.
everybody has their own stuff that they can do. My aunt is great at canning. She knows how to preserve pretty much anything.
Right.
My other aunt is great at growing gardens, and they were both nurses. And it just like everybody in the family has their different talents and gifts, and we could, as a family, I know we could survive. Like and that's kind of like, it reminds me of the blues family too, like, because like each genre of music kind of treats each other a little bit differently. I noticed when we were out traveling and stuff like that. And the blues family, they're very supportive. They are literally a family. They always got each other's back. And I've noticed in maybe some other genres, they're more competitive.
I think jazz too. I think they're more on that too. Yeah, I agree. And then we could all teach each other. And we're all in the fields. You're in your town. Like, okay, so I got this gift, and something happens. Okay, so who's got what, and then we just teach whoever has that gift to teach those who don't know it, but they all so be like, all right, so I need your help. I need your hands to to help glean in the field, like we need to take care of our people here, kind of thing.
And I think that's mentally and physically, as far as the hidden diseases and the struggles we go through, I think maybe that's our gift to society, to be able to tell these people, you have a voice and you're going to be okay. It's going to be all right. No matter what happens, it's going to be all right. And even if it's not all right, it'll still be all right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Nope. I totally agree on that.
You're not alone. I have fibromyalgia. Okay.
Me too.
It is
it's not fun.
No. I also have a pinched nerve in my neck, scoliosis, COPD, and arthritis. I knew there was one more.
Yeah, I got a list.
And there's those hidden diseases that people look at you and like, well, you were just fine yesterday when you were sitting at the bar having a beer. You were fine. Well, yeah, that was yesterday.
That's
mean I want company today.
Right. Yeah, that is like one of those, or you're lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst thing you could do to me, and I have to sit there because I'm outspoken. I try to be nice. I really am a kind person, but I get to that point where it's like you're getting a bullet point. I'm not even gonna have empathy, compassion, no nothing. If I gotta hear it 24/7. But like the worst thing you can do is tell me I'm lazy just for having, like leg issues, and you clearly see me going down, and I have to drag my leg or whatever it is. And then next thing I know, in 5 minutes later, oh, my leg hurts. And but they want me to have empathy for you. No, no, and it's like, oh, I can't do anything. And they're not even making fun of me. They're legit having issues. And I'm like, I want to have empathy, compassion, and all that stuff, but that is not fair.
Right. And what they say that people with fibromyalgia, they go to the doctor and the doctor dismisses their pain because there's no way you could be in that much pain. And the thing is, when you're constantly at a level 6, 7,
yeah,
what do they expect you to do? Just lay on the floor, writhing in pain, crying?
Right.
And it's something that you have to deal with. It's something that mentally you are just like, okay, I can push myself until I'm at maybe a 10.
Right.
You know, and most people wouldn't be able to function under the normal pain we're under every day. Most people wouldn't be able to function under that much.
Yeah. And that's why I go out into the mountains all the time. I'm like, listen, I don't have time for this. I'll just go ahead and you're right. That's my happy place. Just take me to the mountains. I'll be okay. I will hurt, but I'll be okay because I don't have to hear the Valley of the Chatterlings down in there. You know, at least the bear likes me, you know, like he's nice to me. Like, and it's happened. Yeah, no, I get it. That fibromyalgia just, and the worst to me, the worst thing, and I have friends that do have it as well, and I've seen, and I'm not judging anybody, right? Because I couldn't understand it at that point in time in a way. I'm like, okay, so, but I was trying to figure out how to help that person with their house. Like, okay, so maybe we could try it this strategic way or some, you know what I mean? Just in their own capacity. But it feels like you're in a hoarder house with your own home because you can't do nothing, you know? And it's like, I'm not this person, but you know, just getting
Can you
up.
please vacuum the floor for me? Like, please, can you just vacuum the floor for me? Because I just, and see, you were talking about this cup that you fill. So I had one of the symptoms of the fibromyalgia. I had it explained to me really well. It's like everything that you do. There's like when you have fibromyalgia, you wake up in the morning and you've got 10 teaspoons of energy.
Oh, that spoon theory thing?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
And
so true.
each thing you do costs energy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get that energy back. You can't take a nap and be okay. I'm back at my 10 teaspoons.
Right.
Like each thing you do, okay, am I going to take a shower or am I just going to brush my hair? Because taking a shower is going to take 3 teaspoons and then I'm only going to have 7 left for the whole day.
Yep.
Am I going to do the dishes or I'm going to vacuum the floor? Like,
and you got to do it once. Like if I go to work, like I'm gonna if I'm a janitor and I clean somebody else's house or whatever, that's the one time a day I get home and I got no energy left for my own personal house.
Yep.
Nobody understood that. It's like, well, I mean, I wish.
Sorry, my house is trashed because everybody else's is clean. Okay?
Right, but nobody wants to help at all, and it's always
you can clean their house. You should be able to clean your own house.
Right, and then it's like, well, why don't you ask for help? Because you sit there and you tell me that I'm lazy, I'm horrible, like I'm not worth anything, and why would I want this dangerous mindset in my own house? I'm trying to clean out of it and the negativity that comes in, and it's no, like leave me alone. Like, you know, that takes energy. The thought process.
Yeah, if you're not going to help me, leave me alone. If you are going to help me, keep your mouth shut.
Right, and don't judge. Right, it is a process.
No drama.
And that's
don't
just
come over here and say, "Oh, I want to help you," and then you start cleaning. And while you're cleaning, you are like talking about all of the terrible, horrible drama in your life, and you're talking about how these people mistreat you and these people mistreat you, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I just used the same amount of energy listening to you that I would have used just to do it myself.
Right. Or they want to rearrange your whole house. That is the worst thing you can do.
If you want, wipe it off. Can you just wipe it off? Just wipe it off.
Right. Yeah. And then I get yelled at if I sit there like I'm
trying to help you. Why don't you let me help you?
Right. And then I'm the one in therapy. I'm like, well, that's not fair. Like, seriously, you know, and and that's just one ailment. Then you got
the migraines, the insomnia. You're tired all the time, but you can't sleep.
Right.
I love that one. That's my favorite one. Because then I end up like I am right now. And we'll get into that a little bit after our next commercial. We gotta cut to commercial again, but I'll talk to you about why I'm so tired today. As soon as we come back.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. You know, Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
What's up, Red Lake Nation Radio? This is your host, DJ Soko. Come join me if you're Acer Donnell from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Soko Saturday, where I have a new segment, Soko's Metal Madness Hour from 7 to 8 p.m., bringing the North all the new and classic metal to the masses. The first 3 hours will be the old school hits, the rock and roll classics, and all other genres of music. Even country. So come take a cruise with me, DJ Soko, bringing the fire right here on 105.3 WRLN, Red Lake Nation Radio. Yeah.
Hey everybody. Season 2 of Adulting with Jake is underway, but while you wait, you can always relive Adulting 101 Season 1 and every excruciating detail and every terrible pun, lame joke, and frankly, every poorly acted scene. Out now on our channel, CookingWithJakeShow.com.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
So, first I got a house guest yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, a friend of mine in need, and there's like my landlord had built this tiny house and never finished it. And I'm like, well, if you need a place to stay, go run extension cords. I need my house, I need my space, but I'm not going to let you go homeless either, because there are jobs here. You can get yourself some money, So, having a house guest still is kind of, that's a lot, for the fibromyalgia, because you have to have your,
Yeah.
you got to have to have
one.
And then, my stepdad brought my daughter and her boyfriend and their baby. So they got to spend the night last night. And I decided that I was going to let Margaret have a break, because they have baby every night and she doesn't sleep well, and neither do I. So I was like, leave her downstairs here. You guys can sleep upstairs, because I do smoke upstairs, but when the baby's here, I don't smoke downstairs.
Right.
So I'm like, you guys just sleep upstairs in the bed, and I'll crash on the couch with her, and this child, she's a terrorist. She is 6 months old, and she did stay with me a few months when she was first born. And, let's just say that she is really developing her vocal skills. She's very loud and she's very squirmy. And every time she falls asleep, you try to lay her down, she wakes up and starts screaming again.
Oh, those are the worst, man.
Yeah. Well, she's teething too. So,
yeah, she's probably in that stage.
Well, she's got like 4 teeth already, and she's got some more coming in. And just like, so I'm going to, and like we doze off. But then, when you don't sleep right, when you got fibromyalgia, or she'd wake up and I'd have to sit up and, just. So I did have to take a little nap before the show tonight. And then I thought they were going to stay until after the show. So I was almost late for my own show today because I had to go say goodbye.
Oh, it's all good. I would have understood, honestly. Like, complete.
You ever watch the old Carol Burnett shows?
Oh, a long time ago. I haven't.
You remember this?
No.
That was her way of saying hi to people, that she'd have a loved one that was watching. And instead of addressing them every single day, every single show, she just,
Oh, yeah.
so that's for my sweetie that's watching.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
So you have these horrible afflictions. What have you been through in the last year? What have you had to do for yourself physically that was required for you to do, versus how did you do the stuff you still wanted to do? How did you still have the energy?
Well, in the last year, I'm still under. I just had spine surgery December 23rd. No, yeah, 23rd. And then I had a shoulder surgery, technically 2 of them in one, on March of this year. So I was recovering from that. On top of that, still going through physical therapy. Like every 6 months since 2021, I've had a surgery like of something. So I'm like consistent. Yay, hey, so it's management here, management there, physical therapy every couple days. I can hear you, man. Like, and then on top of that, I do school. And that actually, my therapist was like, oh, well, maybe you should get rid of, she wasn't saying bad, but maybe school's too much. I was like, no, school's what's keeping me here. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It keeps me, I don't want to be like just laying there looking stupid. Like, sorry to say that word, but in that insomnia state of mind, like I can't do it, and then have to think in my pain I have to think about, and then my body's inflaming somewhere along the way. And then on top of that, like it never ended. And I love helping people, but the help is very scarce when it comes down to me. You know what I mean? So I had to learn to do things on my own. So like everybody asked me for this and that, like money or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you got a job. I can't, but I'm still making it. And all that stuff. I got to do this stuff on my own. I do have a little bit of help here and there, you know what I mean? But I'm still having to do things on my own. So I drag my feet literally medically there. My legs, I'm not allowed to squat anymore. Like that is, the OT finally was like, yeah, no more ladders, no more squatting. It really, my pelvis area is shattered. Like it's done. I'm barely hanging on at this point, but
it doesn't give you much of a private life either, I can imagine.
No, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah. But I have slowed down. The only thing that really sucks is the being in a relationship and then having all these issues kind of thing, and so you want to be the best version of yourself for that other person.
Yep.
And I'm like sitting there crying because I can't be, but I have to. I feel like I have to, but right now I don't have to. But like, you know what I mean? All those thoughts go into your mind. So I'm like, oh.
Make you feel bad for not. I get that, because I am in that situation, and thankfully he's very supportive, and like he sees me going like this and automatically just starts rubbing my neck.
Yeah.
I don't feel like being touched, like when you're inflamed and you're just like, okay, yeah, I love you, just you have to get off me now. Like just like back up a little bit, just like give me room to move around, because I'm in one of those states where I have to, and he's starting to understand all that, and he's very supportive. So,
and that's the key.
Yeah, you feel bad because you're like, okay, I know I invited you over for supper, but I literally can't get up right now.
Yeah, and it's a lot. And then I have to look at, like, I just stopped wearing makeup, period. Like that's not going to happen anymore. I'm done. Like, that's a lot of energy, too many spoons to be doing all that. Right. So I said, okay, one, I'm not competing with a man, I'm not competing with any women. with makeup being put on, I feel like that's a mask. I love wearing makeup and it beautifies a person. I'm not saying it's bad, but to me, I feel like I'm in a competition with the world, and I don't want to be. I just want to take off the stupid mask and not have to be anything to anybody but me. Let my beauty shine. We all have our beautiful selves. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to dye our hair. We don't have to put all that stuff on. Like, I'm in that zone now. So I'm like, okay, well.
And you know, me, some of those things, like me getting on camera every week. That, and you were talking about how your school, like, you have to do that. That's what makes you feel like you're being the best version of you. Like, I throw a little lipstick on, a little eyeliner, a little mascara, and I pop myself on the screen for an hour a week. That's my break. That's my outlet for, and it makes me feel good. Like, I've been in sweats with my greasy hair up in a bun all week and in my pajamas, not moving, and it's 4:30 on Sunday. Oh, hey, I got something to do.
Right. And there's no judgment for that, and that's something that's awesome, and even my therapist years ago, she said, if you're sick, beautify yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Get dressed, get dressed up, because there's something about that actually brings out something good, and positive thing.
I'm sorry. Jeremy just has these random things he pops up on the screen. I don't know if you noticed that or not. Send stars.
Oh,
Producer with his beauty regimen.
Are you nice?
Jeremy.
Actually, yeah, send stars to her.
I was also going to ask him if he is camera ready, because he can explain this better than I can about 90.1 and the grants that go into like different radio stations and stuff, and why we've got that clip there on our ads there.
Okay.
We got another ad because we just support everybody who supports us. The SoCo Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
So he was a friend of Bobby's, and every Saturday he's got this show from 4 to 8. And the second song is always a little Bobby song.
Nice.
So we threw a commercial together for him because he's usually watching or commenting. He's been a guest host. And then I remembered it wasn't you on my show, it was me on your show. That's like,
oh, that's
like, I know it was just you and me talking.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you just love the fibro fog? Like, I literally have to write everything down because I'm like, and then I forget where I wrote it, but no, I write everything down because otherwise I feel like I sound like I'm an idiot on this show. Like, I'm talking about a story and I'm like, who was that? Who was that? Who was that? I can't remember who it was. Like, what was his name? What was his name?
Try having that plus ADHD, OCD, and autism all at the same time. It doesn't work.
Oh, no, and then I got menopause too. Yeah. Did you ever notice that 3 of women's major problems start with men?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Menopause, menstruation, and mental illness.
Yep.
All starts with men.
They're supposed to be our leaders, so ta-da!
I mean,
shoot.
Yeah. So you got all this going on at school, and what are you going to do with this education? What is your long-time goal here with this?
Well, eventually, I mean, right now I'm working with everybody, but I really, really definitely want to make sure that trauma is addressed. And families are healing, because I see that families are just destroyed at this point, and trauma really takes it. And the children are very, I don't know, the one thing that irks me is putting a child in danger for your own benefit. And that is something that really, really, really irks me. And I'm just sitting here like, ooh, okay, all right. So
What can we do about it besides punching someone in the throat?
Thank you. And that's I'm still in therapy for that. So we're just, I'm still no, but I've learned a lot over the years dealing with all that stuff, and I really want to make sure that the kids, no matter what, are taken care of. That's our future, and they need to learn how to have skills. I don't see them. I mean, yeah, they're being taught, but there's so many other places that we can teach them with. If we all as a community can kind of figure out how to help each other and teach each other, no matter what, like psychology, yeah, we all need to learn these definitions. If you don't have the knowledge, you're just gonna die, like just being ignorant, kind of, and not in a bad, but just
Ignorant just means that you don't have the education
right
to know how to respond to a situation properly.
right
To an argument with someone, and you are like so dead set in your ways because this is what you were taught your whole life. This is what you were taught your whole life, and you know you're right, but you're not.
Exactly. And like different words mean different things. So, just even having open mind to look at the word like and, it could have 5 different meanings. Okay, we'll put it into the situation, whatever definition that comes into the situation, just have an open mind. But the children, to me, that's very obviously every human, but psychology and journalism, that's, and I had the child behavioral health. That was actually, believe it or not, that was something I needed to take in order to get into all this stuff, because my grades back in the day were horrifying. But that, as I learned, that was because of my medical issues that we are learning now. So now that I got that together, now I'm making A's. And, and I mean, it's just, to me, it originally just needed the insomnia attack, but I still, psychology, like the doctors were like, we need you. Why? Like, I'm still here and like trying to commit suicide here, and you're telling me, they weren't telling me we need you for that to live, but it was always a peer support of some sort. I was always in the mental health unit, literally trying to get my own self together, and here I had to be an advocate for the person and the nurse or the doctor or whatever to come through. And so I'm always trying to help, and then bringing like the mental health unit to light, what goes on in there, and like with the people, like all kinds of stuff, like just, and so people would always say, oh, you're too stupid, you don't have the degree. I'm like, no, I have a lot of education on the streets. Trust me.
And, you got that high IQ, but, and a lot of people with ADHD, they are reported to have a high IQ. Just because their head is just like doing all those things all at the same time. But you know what? I just looked at the time, and I could talk to you for days. Like, literally, I could just talk to you for days. But if somebody wants to talk to you some more, they can go on your YouTube channel. And that's 3 L's in there, folks. And then on Facebook, the Oil Runners Broadcast. Thank you for everything you do and all the support. And I am so proud of you and your journey. I just had to share it with everybody because you are one of the strongest women I know.
I appreciate that. And you are definitely strong as well. And I hope you get some rest. I mean, throughout the insomnia part. The eyes open.
Probably take a little nap after this.
Yeah, have a cup of coffee. Yeah, have a cup of coffee to calm you down.
Yeah, isn't that funny how that works?
Right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for Christinall for being here. And you guys keep the music alive. Go out and be your best selves, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Today's episode is sponsored in part by Grand Forks Best Source. They're a cutting-edge local media broadcasting studio with captivating shows, on-location event coverage, and unparalleled advertising opportunities. Grand Forks Best Source has become a haven for podcasters like me seeking to bring their visions alive. If you're a podcaster looking for studio or platform, or a local business seeking to advertise, go ahead and email Paul at local@gfbestsource.com. You can call him at 740-9337, or you can go to their website that's listed on your screen there, gfbestsource.com. Tell them Mama T sent you.